So hi guys, how you guys doing again? I need to do an update or a correction of partly two of the last video I did, instruction video on non-Octave-Dividable scales. I have updated information. Some of that was incorrect, but I'd like to correct it. You know, it's a new thing. I've never heard anyone else talk about it. Never heard it named that way. Well, I've only heard Alan Holdsworth refer to it when he said a lot of them I've experimented with don't complete themselves in one octave. They could take 2 octaves and sometimes 3. Other than that, nothing. But here we go. So once again, the topic is non-octave dividable scales. Scales that repeat only in 2 or 3 octaves. Okay, I forgot a couple things before, or didn't have them down, or didn't think of them. So here we go. When you do one, let's say we're in A. When you do a 2-octave, a non-octave divisible scale, you can't play an A an octave higher. That by definition completes the octave. The only A has to be here and 2 octaves higher. So anything you do in the middle can't have an A note, and I did that wrong before a little bit. That's one correction I'm going to make. The other correction is you don't want more that you can't have more than 4 semitones in a row. You can't have a scale that has a perfect fourth colored in. It's just too many half tones. The ear doesn't hear it as a scale anymore. It hears it as just a chromatic thing. So those are 2 updates. Now that's correct now. I had more options than I really had because I wasn't considering those 2 exceptions or conditions for having a non-octave dividable scale. So let's go back to work. I hate this, but here it is. You go major third, so A to C sharp. The pattern's gonna, the uncolored pattern is gonna be G sharp, D, D, F, F, G, wait, that's not F. A, C sharp, E, G, B flat, B flat, C sharp, A. Okay, there we go. A, C sharp, E, G, B flat, C sharp, A. Now, so far that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an octave one. And it's also a double octave down here. You only have 5 notes. You have separate original notes. Two octaves. Two are octave equivalents. So you actually have 7, but there's only 5 actual notes. If you consider octave equivalency not a new thing, not a new note. If it's just an octave different. It's basically a diminished 7th on C sharp, completing with the octave, and then a double octave on A. But you can color that. I want to color that with 2. I want 2 of those. There's 4 minor thirds to be colored. I want to color 2 of them, but there's 2 rules. I can't have consecutive ones colored because then that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 semitones in a row. You can't have more than 4, so that's out. That's not acceptable. And you can't color the third one from G to B flat because it has an A in between it, and that makes it an octave divisible. So no consecutive minor thirds colored, and not the minor third from G to B flat can't be colored because it has an A in there. So what does that leave us with? What does that leave us with, and how many options? It leaves us with 2 options. First of all, you can't have the third one. You can't have that. If you can have the fourth one, that's fine. You couldn't have the third and the fourth anyway because it'd be consecutive. So you know you can have the fourth because it's not consecutive to the third, and it doesn't contain the third, so it doesn't contain the A. So you can have the fourth one. That's the fourth minor third colored. And that's B flat, B, C, C sharp. Okay? You have two other choices, though. You can have C sharp to E colored with C sharp, G, D sharp, E. That would sound like this. That's fine. The other choice is that you can't have that, but you can have that instead of that because you don't have the third one. So you can go. That's possible too. Those are the two choices you have. You can go, or they both sound good. That's the that first one I just played is the third silver from the sun scale. The other one is don't like that as well, but it's possible. It's potential. That's the third silver from the sun scale. Almost as good. And then do that in any key. Do it in all the keys. Do it in B. Come on. Or that sounds good too. Do it in D. Or do it in E. In G. Or, alright, I like it. There was only two, and those are the two you can do in any key. Non-octave divisible scales. Takes 2 octaves to repeat itself. Was in B flat. Now the other one I did is another one. I did it my own. It's another one of these non-octave divisible scales, but it's not the third silver from the sun scale. It's a different pattern. Let's do that in A also. You get a minor third first. Then you do an augmented triad with octave added in, and then you go up to the next A. So. Ooh, I did that wrong. Dude, help me. That's better. Start with a minor third. Then you have a major third, major third, major third, major sixth. So the skeleton, that's the skeleton of it. There's only 1, 2, 3, only 4 notes if you don't include octave equivalences to different notes. Now for coloring, you can color the first major third all the way through. That sounds beautiful to me. Or you can do the second major third colored in. Let's do it like this. Hard to do. That's better. But you can't do the third major third because it has an A in the middle of it, so you can't do that one. There's only 2 choices for this one also. First choice. Sorry. once again. So I did that wrong. Try it again. Or you can go. Oh, and do that in any key. Do it in B. Or the next option. Do it in D. Do it in E. Do it in G. Notice the first, and that one has, you have 3 notes, 4 notes original, but then you add an octave on the augmented tri, which makes 5 notes, and then the top notes make, wait, you have 3 notes original, oh, I get it. You have 3 original notes, original from the augmented triad. You get 3 more when you color one of the thirds in, that makes 6. Then you complete the octave on the augmented triad, which makes 7. Then the 2 extreme roots make 8 and 9. So there's 9 notes total, but only 7 are original. You have 9 notes total, but 2 of them are octave equivalents. So 7 notes to that original, and but you count to 9. The other one had 9. The other one I started with had 9 original notes, but you have 2 extra notes that make it count to 11. So you get, like, if you count them, it's kind of like saying 9/11, because if you count the total number of notes possible, including counting the extra octaves on the first one is 9, the second one is 11, and you have 2 the different versions on each one, so it's like 9/11, 9/11. I don't know. That's just math. It's not. I'm not saying there's anything to that. All right. So that's non-octave divisible scales. Like you start an A, fill it in. I think that's beautiful. Do it in higher octaves too. You can go. If I can even do it. Let's do it at a higher octave. Let's do it in like starting on the G string. What note am I playing first of all? This is a B note, so I go. Well, that's a cool thing. Here's just starting on G. That's the third show from the sun scale, starting on D and higher octave than normal. Higher double octave than normal. That's in G as in goat. You sound like Alan Holdsworth almost automatically just by playing these. You don't even have to shuffle the notes around too much. You sound like Alan really quickly. Alan Holdsworth. It's an A. All right. gets you out of the rut of only playing in one octave per measurable scales, because they all, after a while, you recognize them all, and there's nothing new to add. You can't really do much else, and you even add enigmatic mode and double harmonic mode, and you're still not sounding anything different than what's already been done. But if you do these non-octave divisible scales, you can just do all kinds of crazy stuff that no one's even thought of, much less done. Love you guys.